Okay, so let's go over, if I make a circle again, well, let me drag this down here. Okay, if I make a circle again, and I give it a radius of 1. So how do we find the area of that circle? Well, the area of a circle is equal to pi times r, or pi times, r squared, right? So there we go, pi r squared. Okay, so in this case, the radius is 1. So that's pretty simple. We would go pi times r, which is 1, times 1. Okay, and that's just all going to be equal to pi. So we would say the area of this circle is pi units squared. Pi units squared, right? Okay, so then, all right, well, let's just leave that there. We'll put this information right over here and have us something to think about there, okay? The area of this circle is pi. But now let's do something else, okay? Let's place a couple of points on our circle, okay? And let's go ahead and draw the segments there, okay? And, those segments measure 1, so I don't actually need all this stuff here. We know the segment is equal to, can I delete that? I don't think I can do that. Okay. Anyway, now what do we have? We have what's called a sector. I want you to look at this sector. Here's a circular sector. Okay. Oops, escape. Here we go. Let's try it again. Boom, boom, boom. Now this sector represents a portion of a circle. So this is what we call a sector. A sector is a portion of a circle. So what portion of this circle was it? Well, let's measure that angle. That angle might be key to understanding that. What is this angle measurement? It's 94.1 degrees. 94.11 degrees. So let's think about that. That's 94.11 out of how many degrees, right? Out of a total of 360 degrees. So how could we have calculated that by hand? Well, let's see. We know we had 94, let's do control divide. So we have 94.11 out of 360. And we're going to multiply it by pi, where's pi, times the radius, which the radius was 1, squared, right? Pi r squared. So now we get a measurement of 0.821265. Okay, approximately 0.82. So what is the area here? Well, it says that our area is 0.82. That's the area of that sector. But what happens when we change that angle? Let's make it something 284.44. Well, what would we change on this formula here? The only thing really that we would change is that we would change the angle measure, right? Instead of measuring 94.11 parts out of 360, we're going to measure 284.44 parts. Is that right? Out of 360. The radius is still 1, and 360 is still the total number of degrees. We're going to only measure this portion of 360, and pi r squared is the formula for the total area. So we're just measuring a ratio or a portion of a total area. So when we do that, 2.48221, let's go back there, and there we have 2.48221. Okay, so we could actually let's put one more in there, 182.51. Writing that down, change the angle measure, 182.51, and we get 1.5927, which there we have 1.59. Okay, so now let's think about this. Okay, what I really am doing is I can put any value I want right up in here, that as long as this represents the angle measure, and then I just put in here whatever my circle area is, right? So, or the radius of my circle is, right? So let's write a formula, and the formula I would write is going to look like this. It's going to look like m over 360 times pi times r squared. Okay, we will define this formula as the area, let's go area sector. Okay, it's equal to this little formula there. Now, what did it do? It reduced it, but that's because I had defined m. I don't want it to remember that. Okay, we're going to define m different ways. So let's try this again. Let's define m as 182.51. We go define m equals 182.51, and then when we run our formula, area sector, and it gives us that measurement. Now what's wrong there? Oh, we didn't define our radius, so this is times our radius squared. So r, we have to define, DEFINE space r equals, what did we call it here? 1, the radius of 1. So now our area sector command, oh, that's goofy. It's saying pi over 8, which is 0.392699. That doesn't make sense if the measurement was 182.51. When we had that in there, we got a measurement of 1.5927. So what did we do wrong here? You're going to see it before I am. It is m over pi r squared. M was redefined as 182.51. And I don't know. Mr. T needs a minute, and I'm going to pause this while I try to figure out what I did wrong, and I will come back to you. I'm not sure what it was that I'd done, actually. I never found exactly where I went wrong, but I do know that I must have typed something in goofy up here, so I just retyped it again. And I said, okay, the area of the sector is going to be equal to some measure of degrees over 360 times pi times r squared. And I defined that the radius was 1, defined the measure of the angle is 182.51, and I calculated the area of the sector. So let's do that for like one or two more here. There's the area of the sector, 1.59 on 182.51 degree. So here we go, 137.35. So I can come down here, and it was 137.35. So I'm changing the area, 137.35. Okay, and now I can run my formula again. And I don't know why. Let's try that again. It's giving me the same exact measurement. That should not be. We're going to go up here and redefine this formula. And then redefine m. And run this again. I don't know why. There's something going on where it's not defining m fully until I redefine the area variable. But in any event, it gives me this formula, or this measurement for the area of that sector, which this rounds to 1.2. I had 1.1986, very close to 1.2. So basically, you can see that this formula works. So what is the formula? Well, it's the measure of the angle divided by 360 times pi times the measure of the angle squared. Okay, we're going to use that information now to go ahead and solve some problems on Khan Academy.